Day of the Potty is pretty clever and I think probably too realistic for some people. This is the first segment of the 10th episode of the 7th season of Rugrats, and Chuckie does something that I imagine a lot of children will do. He puts an aeroplane down the toilet because he figures he doesn't want to go his whole life without putting an aeroplane down the toilet. A toy aeroplane, I should clarify. And yeah, I feel like a lot of families have had their toilets ruined by something similar. And everybody goes off to the store where the toilets are, the toilet shop, and I feel like they didn't need that many adults to go along, but they needed a reason, I guess, to take all of the babies because we have Tommy, Chuckie, Phil, Lil, and Kimi. Dill's also there, but he's with Didi, and they end up wandering around after breaking free from the children's daycare area, which, you know, what kind of DIY store doesn't have one of those? And they think that the toilets are following them. And they have to try and work out how to stop the toilets, the potties, from following them. And they come up with a solution. And I'll talk about it in a moment with a spoiler warning in case you don't want to know what it is. But I thought it was pretty entertaining, and also something that I imagine is something that happens more than employees would like. It's very well animated. I really like the design of the store. I think we got a great sense that it was this really large building. DIY stores and home improvement stores usually are very large warehouse type buildings. There are a lot of toilets, a lot of them. They're all identical as well, basically. And it looks kind of threatening. It does. So I can understand why the babies would be scared of these toilets coming after them, because they think that they're trying to get revenge for what Chuckie did. It's definitely a little too convenient that there was a place to put the babies at the front of the shop. Maybe there is in America, I don't know, but in the UK, if you go into B&Q or IKEA, there's, as far as I know, although some of them do have like a children's play park, but I don't think you're allowed to leave the children unsupervised. But either way, the babies have an opportunity to wander around, and it worked very well. And I thought it was very, very well written, very cleverly done. The music was pretty effective as well, which I thought helped to set the mood. So I'll discuss now what Chuckie did. So this is a spoiler for what happens at the end, but it really amused me. So at the end of the episode, they decide the only way to stop the toilets from chasing them is to give the toilets what they want. And there's only one thing that the toilet wants. And Chuckie climbs up and pees in the toilet. And I feel like that probably happens more than one would like to think about in stores that sell toilets if a child goes off on their own, and the whole tying up of the toilets. It was just really effectively done. Definitely a well-written episode. Some conveniences, but once you look past that, I think it's a good episode and something that I think is quite realistic. A lesson for parents too. Don't leave your children unsupervised in IKEA or anywhere else. You do sell toilets in IKEA. I'm not making that up, am I? I had to Google that, and apparently some stores have started selling toilets. Some IKEAs have stopped producing toilets, so I have no idea. But that kind of location, don't let your children run free, because this could happen. Really enjoyed it. Definitely a pretty clever episode.